This is how the chuck box looks when it's standing on its legs. So I used about a sheet and a half to 2 sheets of 1/4-inch plywood. Another feature I added to my chuck box that's a little bit different than the others out there is I made a sink. This pops up. For the sink, all you need is this water dispenser, which is rechargeable and it has a pretty good battery life. And the sink. So let me pop those in. I'll be right back. These type of hinges, which are for a sewing machine, and the reason I went with this versus just more piano hinges is so I could actually add some weight on there without the doors having to be open. With the doors, I just locked them together with a little bolt latch. Which opens them up. With the doors open, it adds support onto the extensions, making a pretty good cooking surface. So for the construction of the box, I use dados, which are channels where these pieces of wood can slide into just for a stronger build. I use the dados, wood glue, and 16 gauge nails. And for the inside, I use a solid piece here, followed by another solid piece here, and then I added the shelves afterwards. I'll be zooming into the little channels so you can see what dados I'm talking about. It's going to be right there in that corner. You can see it right there. So some of the main cuts you're going to have to make for this box are going to be 7 pieces of 24 by 18, which is what you're going to use for the top, the bottom, the extensions, the leg platform, the sides, and the sink area. And then you're also going to need 2 pieces of 24 by 24, which is going to be the front and the back. And after that, you have your box. Then you just have to make the cuts for the doors, which are 3 inches, and then the cuts for the shelving, whichever sizes you want those to be. And on the left door, this first shelf right here, it's going to be 6 inches from the top, with another shelf at the bottom. The lip for these shelves are going to be 3 inches. And then for the compartment where the coffee maker is, the width for this is going to be 4 inches and 5/8. For the top compartment, it's going to be a total of 10 inches and 3/4. For the compartment where the propane tank is, that's going to be 8 inches and 1/4 high. For the stove, it's going to be 4 inches. And then for these 2 shelves, they're going to be equally spaced to 6 1/4 inches apart. On the door where the plates are at, that first shelf is going to be 12 inches from the top, with another shelf at the bottom. So when coming up with your design for the inside of the box, one thing to take into consideration is what you want to pack into your box, and then find the shelving off of the items you have. For the stove, for example, I knew it was going to be almost the whole width of the box, and I needed 4-inch clearance. The propane tanks, I knew they're 4 inches in diameter and roughly 8 inches high. And I just started playing with the measurements of different items, such as some of these boxes, the pots, and that's how I got to design my box. This shelf here I added after my first use, just because I noticed I needed it would have been nice to have this shelf for the seasonings and whatnot, and that's the reason it doesn't look as nice as the rest of the box, because I literally just used some scrap wood to make that little shelf. The base is 12 inches high, and you use the same size piece of wood as I did for the top and the bottom of the box, which is 24 inches by 18 inches. I then attached the legs to the outside of that, and I created a lip to prevent the box from sliding off. And the depth for the lip is just 2 popsicle sticks stacked up. And that's how I created the base. Some of the items I keep in here is salt, pepper, some other miscellaneous seasonings, sponge, and some hand sanitizer. Using a rope with 2 hooks so I can hang my paper towels here. And then I also have another budgie here to hang up towels and to hold in these foil containers with lids, just for when you make a lot of food. On the inside of that, I do have my coffee maker, some fruit seasoning, and then 2 kinds of cups, which are the red solos and the insulated cups for coffee. On the bottom, I have 3 propane tanks and a couple black garbage bags. On the bottom, I have my stove, some s'more makers, a spatula, cutting boards, some plates, a skillet, my sink, on the pot. That's where I keep the bowls at. And then another bowl with the lid, coffee, canned soups, some foil. And on the other side of the door, I have some Pam, paper plates, water dispenser, Dawn dish soap, and some hand soap, and then some hot sauce. Some of the items I carry on the top bins is the hose for the water dispenser, utensils, cookware, a few knives, so some hardware I bought for the box is going to be that bolt latch in the front, for these sewing machine hinges, 2-pack of these handles, and another 2-pack of these folding shelf brackets. So this is going to be the check box all wrapped up. As you can see, I just put the box right on the inside of the legs, and then just wrap some paracord around it. So the dimensions, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but it's just going to be 24 inches high, 24 inches wide, and 18 inches in depth. And that combined with the legs of 12 inches, you get a very comfortable cooking height, counter height, 36 inches. So that's my check box. If you want to check out another great video, check out the Ultimate DIY Camp Kitchen check box by Justin Build. That's the video I watched for my inspiration, and his process of building it's a lot more in depth than my video. Alright guys.